Hey everybody, Cynthia Maynard. Thanks for stopping by today and joining me in my channel. I have a loaded envelope, but this time it is for Christmas, and I'm using last year's Peppermint, Sweet Peppermint by Frank Garcia Prima pad along with some other stuff. So I'll talk about that as I go through it. I have a tutorial, I think by now, on how to make this sort of flat mail loaded envelope. It's very, my stuff's falling out a little bit here because I bumped it, but it would go easily into, you know, a padded envelope and be able to mail. So it's fairly flat, but you can stuff little goodies inside there. So let's go take a look. It's 6x6 papers that are sewn together on the sides. I put some of this pom-pom trim from AliExpress on there. Great deal on that. You can get it in some great colors. This is like a creamy color to go with this gorgeous plaid. So I'll give you a close-up of that. I have an older Prima flower. I don't even know. I think I got that Tuesday morning way back in the day. And I have a Downton Abbey frame that I backed with some of the paper and glued that on and trimmed around it. I used some scraps and an ephemera piece and then sort of made that collage. These are some Tim Holtz greenery, and I just put some glue on there and put some glitter. So it gives it that fun Christmassy, glittery, ferny, piney, I guess. I used some sequins and some stickles to kind of make that little, like, you know, glitter. It might be hard to pick up on the camera, but I put it here and there, up in the corner as well, up here. Gorgeous paper. So I made a paper clip with some flowers from, I can't remember whom, I think they're Spellbinders, and I put it on a paper clip with the back there and some stickles, two different colored greens in the middle there. I have a tag that I use. This is a Spellbinders tag, and it comes in different shapes. This is a little Spellbinders teapot I got from a Tuesday morning haul, and I paper pieced that with some of the papers, and I put some of that stickle around there. This is also from a Tuesday morning haul, Snowflake Spellbinders, and I put some stickles in the middle there. So I used the edge of the paper, you can see on the side where the paper meets when they join it in the book, the 6x6 pads, and I just used that to my advantage to get two different colored papers on there. So that's fun. A little tag with some nice satin ribbon there. I also put in here a little Lori Whitlock box that I cut out. All I have to do is put it together like this and fold up the tabs, and I ran it through a Stampin' Up! Snow embossing folder. It might be hard to pick up with this color, but it's this gorgeous embossed box that someone can make, which is fun, and you could fit a few more of those in here probably. Alright, I loved that plaid so much. I kept the focal point right here instead of decorating all the way around there. But anyway, on this side it's the same thing. It's got two 6x6, but then I take another 6x6 paper and cut it in half and make these pockets out of there. So I have a smaller pocket down here and a larger pocket down there. I just score some tab lines and glue it. On here I have one of the border strips from the paper collection. And I have more of those Spellbinder snowflakes in gold foil this time, some Tonic Studios green sequins. And I made a little ephemera bit with some ribbon that I used, so I sort of echoed the different ribbons that I have here. If you can see behind that postcard collage there, I like to staple, so I did a lot of the stapling. In here I have another one of those Spellbinder tags, and I just tied some, oh boy, it's escaping me, this stuff. I have a skate from that. This is where the snowflakes come on, and I decorated it with some sequins, a little bow from my stash, and I glued and then glittered some of that on there. I think I used this Tonic Studios Nouveau Prickly Pear Pure Sheen Glitter. So it's a tag somebody can write to or from and use. I made this fun shaker. I love how this turned out. Let me see this side for a second so you can see. So I took that paper, I took some layering dies, and I cut them out. I cut one solid piece, and then I cut white foam out of a piece of foam sheet, and this with the layering to make a frame. Simple as that. So then you just glue them all together. You put some acetate. I just use packaging from something. I don't know. I always save that stuff. And I added some of this Nouveau, this is from the Tonic Craft Kit 11. And I added those two there to make my shaker, and a few little red ones I think I put in there. They're covered in green glitter now. So I used a flower from AliExpress, and I cut off the back. I used, this is from like the wedding section, so I used one of those. I put some eyelash trim behind there, and then the new Stampin' Up! Punch with some green foil tonic cardstock. And I glued that all together, and then I put it on here. So it makes a fun little shaker, so someone can use that in many different ways, or they can just, whatever, you can punch a hole and make an ornament out of it. Lots of things you can do with that. So that's in there. I have another tag that I made just from some scrap. I rounded the corners and stapled some ribbon on there. I kept this one pretty simple because there's lots of writing space, which is nice. It's got the nice greenery around there with the little stocking. I have a little bobbin of some sample thread ribbon that I used in a couple different spots here, so that way the person can have a little sampler. And then, of course, I always gotta make a little mini book, so this is fun. I just took some scrap paper, folded it in half, rounded the corners, and then put some copy paper in the middle and stapled. Kept it really simple. And then I took one of the ephemera pieces and backed it with some of that AliExpress mint. It's the same trim, only mint. And I love how that turned out. It's a little booklet, journal, whatever, however they want to use that. And I think that's it. Lots of fun goodies in there. You could definitely fit a few more things. But it's fun to kind of send. It's like a super loaded card, I guess you could say. It's a way to send a crafty friend some goodies at a pretty cheap. It's very, very light. It just costs you about $3 to mail, maybe. Something in that ballpark. But compared to some other Happy Mail, it can get really expensive. So anyway, I hope you like that. I hope that will give you some fun ideas. Maybe you have some of this paper left over, or the new Santa Baby Prima paper, and you're getting ready to do some Christmas crafting. Hope you like that. Thanks so much for joining me. Have a great day.